Hello, listeners, and welcome. I am your host, Lana the Educator. If you're a first-time listener on this channel, welcome. Here, we explore the latest educational trends, tackle pressing issues facing the education sector, conduct insightful interviews with people making a difference, and share stories of triumph and innovation from classrooms around the globe. If you're interested in all of this, then stay tuned. Today's topic focuses on sensory learning and a particular tool used in sensory learning called BusyBoards. The episode today will highlight two persons working in creating this tool. The guests, my two guests, are more than just entrepreneurs. They're imaginative problem solvers with a passion for purposeful play. And we're joined today by the family behind S6EP09, a creative company that handcrafts busyboards designed to spark curiosity, to build fine motor skills, and bring families closer through interactive learning. What started as a homegrown project has blossomed into a mission-driven business rooted in love, sustainability, and innovation. Each board tells a story, not just of play, but of possibilities. So a bit later on in the episode, we will meet the people behind S6EP09, and we'll dive into what it takes to, blend family and business and how this tactile learning tool makes a big impact in little hands. So the first part of the episode is going to focus on sensory learning. I realize that many children have signed up and will be entering school for the first time in a couple of months next term. And many others will be getting results to enter secondary school. But this initial stage of entering school is very important. So this was the justification and impetus behind giving information on sensory learning, because it is something that is crucial as it enhances how individuals process, how individuals retain and engage with knowledge. So sensory learning stimulates multiple senses: touch, sight, sound, taste, and smell. So this approach really strengthens memory, problem solving, and cognitive flexibility, which, as you can, guess and see, is very important in those early developmental stages, and meaning those students entering preschool or kindergarten, infants, as we may call it here, for the first time. So sensory learning really benefits people across all life stages, from early childhood development to elderly care. And what it does is improve motor skills and mental agility. So it is especially valuable for individuals with learning differences, including neurodivergent learners, as it provides adaptive methods that cater to their diverse needs. Moreover, sensory-rich experiences, it lends to creativity and curiosity, which makes education more interactive and more engaging. Beyond the classroom, sensory learning has real-world application. It's important for us to have the skills early on so that we can engage in sport, music, and even professional development, because it lends, and it meaning sensory learning, to refining coordination and adaptability. So sit and think about it for a minute in terms of whatever sport you play. Hand-eye coordination might be very important. Rhythm and movement very important. In music, having to navigate the strings or scales, or different aspects of music that you may have to manipulate. Think of it later on for becoming a pilot, for ships or plane, that the skills that you might have to use, they're the engineers that we have, very important foundation skills. So by promoting the sensory learning approach, people like educators and therapists and caregivers can really create more effective and inclusive learning environments. So what is sensory learning to begin with? It's a method of engaging the child's five senses, as I said before, and it is really done to help them explore and understand the world around them. So think back to when you were a child, or when you had your children and, they were babies, and you have all those toys that at some point may have been annoying to you, but they're very important for the child's development, because they're very tactile toys that appeal to sight, sound, taste, touch, and even smell in some cases. So in early childhood, this kind of learning is really essential. It helps to build neural pathways. It helps to strengthen fine and gross motor skills and also improve focus, improve language, and also improve social emotional development. For example, when a baby or a toddler touches a bumpy surface, or they listen to the sound something makes, and they may see colors on the toys that they play with. They're not just playing, they're actually wiring their brains for deeper learning. And this is where things get really interesting, right? Because you have something like BusyBoards. Now, BusyBoards are not the only tools for this, because before the development of BusyBoards, you would have had your rattles and different things like that, your teething ring. But BusyBoards are known also as activity boards or sensory boards, and they are interactive panels filled with different objects for children to touch, to spin, twist, open, close, and just explore. So think about zippers, think about buttons, light switches, Velcro, latches, textures, anything like that. And they really become, these BusyBoards, sensory playgrounds because they allow children to experiment safely with real-world objects that satisfy their curiosity and also improve their fine motor control. And the best part about it, they're very adaptable. So whether you're working with infants or toddlers or children with special learning needs, even as we age, these BusyBoards can be designed to meet specific developmental goals. So how do these BusyBoards support sensory learning? Well, one, you have tactile development taking place. Every knob that is turned or fabric that is stroked actually activates the sense of touch, helping the children learn texture and temperature and pressure. Two, you have fine motor skills. So lacing and buttoning and flipping switches, all of these movements strengthen finger muscles and improve hand-eye coordination. Three, you have cognitive growth taking place. As children experiment with cause and effect, you might think about it along the lines of flicking a switch and then seeing the light. They're able to develop the problem-solving skills and the critical thinking skills associated with that task. Four, you have independence and focus taking place because the BusyBoards promote self-directed play. Children learn how to explore independently, they focus for longer periods, and they build confidence. And even if you're an educator, even if you're a therapist, you will know that these kinds of activities can also help children with sensory processing disorders or developmental delays feel more regulated and feel more engaged. So the BusyBoards, as you can see, are very important and beneficial because it encourages curiosity, it encourages logical thinking and cause and effect learning. It strengthens hand-eye coordination and dexterity. It provides tactile experiences and supports the sensory processing. And it keeps children engaged during independent play. And more importantly, it's safe exploration taking place. It allows children to interact with everyday objects in a controlled environment. So experts in child development would emphasize the importance of hands-on learning in early childhood because there's research out there that suggests that tactile play really enhances neural connections and makes the BusyBoard really a valuable tool for early brain development. So let's talk about S6EP09's BusyBoard, why they stand out. Well, they're a family-run approach, and they really have a commitment to quality craftsmanship, and they focus on using, sustainable material to create eco-friendly boards, and their designs cater to different age groups and different developmental needs. I'll give you a moment here now to now listen to the people behind S6EP09 talk about their experience with BusyBoards so you can hear from them.
We have Stefan, my name is Stefan, and we do what we call BusyBoards.
What is a BusyBoard?
A BusyBoard is, we'll call it a tool. It's ready for interaction with kids who need a little fine-tuning with their motor skills. It's highly focused on that. It even exercises the muscle of imagination, which is fundamental for reading, storytelling. Even before you start to learn words or letters, imagination is fundamental. So, yeah.
And this brilliant young man also is partnered with.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
Samantha is talking very shy here. What role do you play in So Eco TT? What's your role?
Okay, so my role, I am the marketing director. I am everything. I am designer.
That should design the wonderful design.
Right, so I design them. I will lay them out. I will paint it. I will deal with the sales. Yeah, that's my part there with it.
Presentation is important. So when you guys see it, I know that you will be impressed. It's a really great tactile tool. So what was the inspiration behind coming up with this?
So the inspiration, we actually had a nice little girl. She has cerebral palsy, and it was just advised by her therapist, well, the mom relating to us, that she needed some kind of tool, and we even saw that it would have benefited her with fine-tuning her motor skills. So we made a busy board for her, and from that I was just like, maybe I should really just have these across the board for our nation's kids.
And Samantha, you were telling me that you guys actually started by doing diapers. What did you call the diapers?
Okay, so we have modern reusable cloth diapers. So that's how we started 4 years ago. So we have it, but we don't make them. Right, we purchase and resell because it's too expensive to make them. We actually use them for ourselves,
Right.
for our kids.
Right.
Yeah, for our kids. A lot of you all want adult diapers.
Right.
So that's coming soon later this year. So if anybody is interested, you can follow the page and look out for that.
I was asking if there was a market for it, and you were telling me.
Yes, it is a market for it because a lot of persons don't want to use them, but they have to use them because the chemicals that are in the disposable diapers are causing a rash on the children's skin, so they have to make the switch, right? Some persons are eco-conscious, so they are making that, they starting from birth and using that, using the diapers. Yeah, and then some people want to save money. They just don't have the extra cash, and they see a different option, and they are using the cloth diapers. So yeah, there's a market for it. We're doing it 4 years now, and yeah, there's.
So where can we find you guys, social media wise?
Social media, all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp.
Right. So it's great talking to them, and you will see their different sizes, and they do custom made. They do take orders. On average, how long does it take to make one of these? I know it might be dependent on the size and what you want.
It is dependent on the size. However, we try to work within a time frame window of 2 weeks. Obviously, we'll try to make it within the 2 weeks or even before.
That's perfect. And they collect or deliver, or you do a bit of both?
A bit of both. We use TT Post. We do deliveries within our range, and we have pickup points as well.
All right. So thank you guys so much for this brief talk, and you guys will be hearing more from So Eco TT. BusyBoards are more than just playthings. They're interactive learning tools. They're designed to engage young minds and to develop essential skills. So it's about intentionally offering experiences that help people make sense of the world, one texture, one sound, one twist, or one turn at a time. And the BusyBoards, they are not just toys. They are tools for discovery. They are tools for independence and for growth. So thank you for joining me today on LanatheEducator, and thank my guest here this afternoon with us, Stefan and Samantha Joseph, for telling us very briefly about their BusyBoard and their company, So Eco TT. I want my listeners to know that you empower minds and you ignite curiosity.